Just a day of reflection, starting out the day with reflection. A question to ask oneself, basically looking at it from a standpoint of chess. Not everybody chess players, some are checkers players. But what piece do you feel like you are today? I mean, do you feel like you're a pawn? And the pawn is not necessarily a bad character, though it tends to have a bad rap because usually they're out there to be the first to go. They're more expendable. But what chess piece do you feel like? Do you feel like a queen? Um, what do you feel like? And it just goes to say, because I started out wanting to discuss about something I call failure. There's some people who are always on the track of failure, though I always feel that there is unknowns, variables that can change your situation, but it's just habits that put them on to failure, whether it's their social capacity, their thinking abilities, their morals. There's a lot of things that set people on a path of failure, just bad decisions. And it's amazing when you look at some people that live in public eye and they go through the worst situations in life. It seems like there's no way out of it and they come out of it. And then you see people who are in public eye who they live a certain way as if they know they feel doomed and they just live and they stay on that course. Not knowing from the public standpoint, we don't know if they expect to stay on that course, if they're looking to taste the absolute doom of their action. So the question is for many of us, not many of us, but people who are on a course of failure. It just seems like there's no coming out of it, making the same mistakes over and over again. If you're not, if you don't feel that there is the unknown variables in the world that can be known, scripturally speaking, is there a way out? And it just requires a lot of thinking and action. Everything requires thought and action. It's like if there was an equation for life, it seems that there will also be thought, action, and those who are successful and do well all the time maybe can fill in the rest of the equation. But thought and action always be seen to be two very important variables in success. And me, I would say morals, thoughts, actions, and morals, because people can act based on a thought, and it may not be moral, but they feel they call it success anyway. So, and with me, it would be thought, moral, and action. TMA. I hope that doesn't stand for something I don't know. So, along with thoughts of thought and action, when we're on the course, especially when you consider graphs, they go up and down. If you feel like you're on the down side of your graph is going down right now. How do you rise back up? And so I just wanted to just take the time to think about that relation between thought and action. Because along with thought and action, you need something also material. You need some resources. You need something to tell you what to think about. And that's very vital because thoughts don't come from nowhere. They come from everything around us. Like all the amazing inventions in the world, they come from creation. When they look at planes, they were looking at birds, and they want to fly too. So just remember, all our success comes with thoughts and actions, but we do need something to feed our minds on, some resources, an idea maker. And ideas are very subtle, and that's why deep thinkers may do well than most people, because sometimes you can think yourself into doing nothing. That's another catch. But there are very subtle resources around us that can move us in the right direction regardless of where we may be in life and when we feel like we're in a course of success or a course where we're lacking success constantly. So keep conscious of that. And if we feel that we're not going where we want to go, maybe just doing worse. We live in a world where there's a lot of depression and suicide. Considering that it's medical illness, because some people can be very successful and happy. But is how do we pull ourselves out of that when we feel that we're going down and we're not going where we want to go. Sometimes when people are in a very uh, unfavorable condition, sometimes they feel unusually free because they don't have to maintain what they feel is necessary to keep their success. Not saying that's a favorable way to be, place to be in your mind, but that is the upside of failure. Is because you once you lost everything, you have nothing to maintain, and you can start again. Or once you lost everything, a lot of opportunities will go away because your track record looks bad. So everything has a flip side, and the point is in life is that you have the responsibility of controlling your flip side because there's many people that would say you're just messed up, and when they tell you that, it's not inspirational to do anything better. So we have to always be like muscle bound people and find the flip side, turn it over. I don't think I can do that myself. I rely on God for that. But there's some of us that constantly make mistakes over and over again. Maybe we can't think properly. Maybe we don't have confidence. Maybe we don't think the resources are out there for us. Maybe we just don't know. We're just too stagnant that we don't seem to search anymore. Or maybe too preoccupied with things that are not going to benefit us. Because for everything there is success. There are people that made success out of things they enjoy doing that seem to be of little value, but they made it into a value. So the question is, how are we using our thought and our actions based on the resources that are available to us? Something to really think about. I would like to bring more concrete evidences or examples. But with every thought, action, it's based on a resource. And then we can throw in a lot of other things like networking, but definitely, and also dressing the part. There's a lot of, other things that come into the picture that helps with that equation. So what is your equation? What equation would you use, especially if you're in a position where you say you are successful? Would you say you had a little head start? Would you say that you were determined? Would you say you had a full-fledged plan? What is it for you? Thank you.